In Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, there's a part of the game that I never ended up doing on my first playthrough. That was like 5 years ago on an emulator, and that part is the Pit of 100 Trials. Why didn't I do it earlier? I forgot about it. So coming back to this game after 5 years and not really knowing anything about the pit, I thought it would be a fun idea to go through it. This journey through the pit really changed my opinion on one party member that I think you can already kind of guess where we're going with it. But you'll see. I want to go, I have ideas for it. And I feel like I'm kind of obligated to say this at this point because, we're at the beginning of a YouTube video. It would really help me if you subscribed and liked the video, all that stuff, because then it lets me know. Guess what? What am I trying here? It just really helps me know if you like this kind of content with the scripts and such, as well as it lets me get to my dream. Yeah, being a YouTuber is my dream. Well, I guess it's not that surprising. Well, anyway, let's move on to the first 20 floors. Because as I've already said, I kind of already did these ones, and really, what was going on those floors was just talking about content. So, you want to skip that, go to the timestamp, just go to the first floors that really matter. If you're interested, stick around, I guess? Since I've decided that all my videos should be bigger and that they should have a script added to them, I might make something like some really short, stupid videos. I've always had the idea of doing plushie content, which is a weird thing to say, but I was watching back an old one that I tried doing when it was really hot. I recorded 45 minutes worth of dialogue because I didn't know when to stop it. There was no point in that, by the way. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that again. I'm gonna probably make that a little shorter and actually have a written out thing to base my thing off of. But currently the Terraria video that I'm doing, which is like the whole game, has a total of 13 chapters based on the 13 days I played the game for. When I say that I want to make a plushie video, by the way, let's pick up the conversation where we left off. Like, the ideas are probably going to be the dumbest ideas. I'm probably going to write a couple at 2 a.m. tonight, or I'll write some soon. I ended up continuing the Miitopia thing today. When I talk about it, I guess it's more about like a original character, or a couple of original characters that I slapped into the Miitopia world, instead of just like using a bunch of funny guys. There's only going to be one member per like section of the game, so it's not going to be full of OC characters. I mean, I think there's so many like dumb moments that have already happened, and I'm so glad that they have, because they're literally perfect. And I think it's just better if you experience them when playing or when watching it, but it's not going to come out for a while. Probably going to try and finish most of them during summer of this year, and if my Wi-Fi gets better, hopefully it'll be good enough to stream. Oh yeah, and by the way, you get Sleepy Stomp at floor 10 and Fire Drive at floor 20. Both of them are actually really, really good. You can probably get them pretty early on in the game, so I'd recommend going to do those two at least. Now at this point, we're truly getting into the pit, you know what I mean? At this point, I know nothing. And the first floor, I immediately find an HP plus badge. I don't know how rare that is, but I got to use Miss Mouse. I got to use her Thief ability for a really useful reason this time. Thief on her own, like that move, is not the best because you can't choose your target. So you kind of have to just like hard target an enemy if you want to steal an item or something like that. But Mouse in this case could just immediately go and grab it because it was the first enemy on the list, like on the row. So we got an HP plus badge completely for free. See? Just being useful. Besides that, we're kind of just seeing similar enemies from the first 20 floors, so really nothing too major. Looking back at the footage, I messed up a little bit. So instead of just the normal enemies from the last 20 floors, there are bandits and Lakitus with spinies showing up. I mean, like, there's bob-ombs, and mean, I just completely said that there were like the same enemies. It's just wrong. Anyway, back to the video. The badge that you get for getting to floor 30 is Zap Tap, which is honestly not too bad. I never really needed it, but I think it's all right. Moving on to floors 31 to 40. The literal first floor is yet again another useful item we can collect with Miss Mouse, which is a Power Punch. Power Punch on its own won't really do too much, but if you mix it with something like Power Lift, which is a move that can increase the amount of damage and defense you have, and you could also add something like Mega Rush and Power Rush to increase your damage to a lot more, and it's just pretty good. Now listen. I got to use Mouse's thief skill multiple times. Not only am I about to just tell you something that might shock you, I actually don't think Mouse is bad at all. I don't know where this is coming from. Mouse being able to pierce enemies' defense without using any FP is actually kind of strong. I mean, her damage being 4 is a setback. Her damage is going to be always the same. I mean, it seems like it's not going to be that bad. I'm not lying. Okay, but on these floors, like I would say on like the later side of these floors, you're meeting some annoying enemies. You're meeting Buzzies, Hyperclefs. I mean, such high defenses. What are we gonna do? The Shady Koopas aren't that bad. Just don't jump on them. They hurt. They don't really do much if you don't jump on them. So just don't jump on. It's that easy. Unfortunately, for getting to floor 40, the badge you get is the pity flower. Let's not talk about pity flower. When looking at the gameplay, like the amount of time it took me to get from floors 41 to 50, this took the easiest amount of time, which is kind of surprising. They're throwing like bulky bob-bombs and they're throwing poison pokies at me, and even then, you just have to beat the shit out of bulky bob-bombs before they beat the shit out of you. The lava bubbles are usually annoying. The dark Koopas are showing up. I mean, like, they're kind of annoying. But, as I said, we got through these the fastest, so it wasn't actually that bad. Koops and Bobbery started to pop off with a lot of the hordes of the enemies with a lot of HP. Like, holy. I would use Matcha. I really would. But here's the thing. I don't want to waste a Power Lift on something when I could have had it for Sweet Feast or even Sweet Treat in a pinch, you know what I mean? So that's why I wouldn't really use Matcha. I mean, could I have used my Power Punch? Yes, but I'm saving that. Foreshadowing, maybe. For getting to the beautiful big halfway point, the big 5-0, if you will, you get a Strange Sack, which increases the amount of items you can carry, which is very useful, seeing as I've been using Mouse a lot more. And she's been stealing a lot of items. Like, show clips of her stealing items. I actually don't know how many times she's stolen items throughout the whole thing. But past this point is when I started to lose my sanity, I would say a little bit, maybe not even a little bit, maybe a lot of bit throughout the rest of the night. We move on to floors 51 and 60 when purple bandits start showing up. They are tanky as hell and they're taking badges. Wait a minute. I do that. Don't steal my bit. Moon Clefs start showing up. Ice Puffs too. Ugh, so annoying. I think at this point, I was kind of seeing why Goombella's Rally Wink was just so useful. Because it is just objectively amazing. Goombella gives you another turn for just a couple SP. And did I really even expect Mouse's defense piercing to actually be useful during these floors? I mean, I've already been kind of gassing Mouse up a little bit too much, so kind of, but also in the moment, no. Definitely not. Are you kidding me? The red chomps start showing up from Glitz Pit. Go away. To be honest with you, go away. Why is there so many enemies that just have so much defense, dude? What's happening? It's going up the I was gonna say it's going up the wazoo, but like that doesn't make sense. And also what I wrote in the script, red chomps started to show up, and honestly, I'm getting annoyed at the amount of enemies' defenses up to the wazoo. What the fuck does that mean? Floor 60 gives me double dip, which is really, really good if you need to use a lot of items. Though for me, I wasn't really using items that much, so I didn't need it. Going into floors 61 to 70, I never in my life expected that I would need to not only use a power lift, but also see dark craws and dark wizards just kind of chilling, as well as ice piranhas, which they were also just chilling. Heh, that's a good one. Thankfully, the ice piranhas get absolutely burnt to a crisp by Vivian, my beautiful queen. Thank you for being here. I also tried to use Flurry, but I'm not really sure what to do with Flurry. Like, I don't really have a good opinion on Flurry. Like, she's just kind of there. At this point, the enemies have started to get insanely strong, and there were some crazy super guard timings that I just don't know. You know, you get a double dip P for going through all those floors, which it's double dip, but for your partner, not bad. But at this point, the next set of floors is when things start to get really serious. Dark Koopa Trolls with their insane HP pool. Phantom Embers with their fire damage, which to me it was kind of a non-issue because I was having Feelin' Fine and Feelin' Fine P from, what was it called? I got them from the X-Naut base, I forgot what it was called. That wizards just hanging out in groups, going absolutely nuts, chain chomps, existing and doing so much damage, and then Swoopulas, which, like, they're there, I guess. I really wasn't prepared for all these enemies because they were going crazy, but I got through. Mostly because my HP gets reset every time I leveled up, which I never really expected that I'd be leveling up so quickly during battles. I mean, I kind of had been getting like 1 star point, and then by the time we're getting here, I'm getting like 4 or 5 star points a battle. So I'm glad that I leveled up because I probably would have been dead tenfold if I didn't level up. Get it? It's like tenfold. For clearing these horrible and scary floors, you get bump attack, which normally in the overworld is phenomenal because you can just insta-kill enemies. But for this is useless because they have a sign that says no bump attack and no first strike. Ooh, going down more and more. And things aren't getting much better. Funyas overall are fine, really. They do good damage, but at the same time their super guard timings are pretty easy. But these things suck. I hate them. The Dark Bristle has a solid amount of defense, which, I mean, can't be hit by Mouse, actually by nobody, because they have spikes on the side, spikes on the top, and spikes on the bottom, so you can't even flip them over. So every time they showed up, I just used Art Attack, and killed them. That's what you're supposed to do. Tarantulas started showing up too with their insane 16 HP and 7 attack. Like, why? And why are there so many of them in battles? Please get away from me. They also start showing up the normal piranha plants, which is like their stats, just look at them, they speak for themselves. With just a few attacks, Goombella went from max HP to 4. Let's be a little more careful. And here we go. I tried using Flurry again. I tried using Gale Force, but oh my lord, when I tell you it barely even worked. It's not like it didn't work. One enemy got away. One enemy got blown away. In that battle with the plants, by the way, I almost died. So, can it get any worse? Getting through all of that hell was worth it though, because you get Lucky Day, which is a better Pretty Lucky. You can actually stack Pretty Luckies with Pretty Day. So yeah, my luck is running up, baby. And I've got a horrible luck. At this point, my nerves are running high in the final 10 floors, because like, what's down here might be by far the hardest thing I might fight in this game. Haha, imagine the first battle being the elite wizards. Haha, my worst nightmare. At this point, I was getting so scared that I needed to start using Ultra Jellies, which is like, I only needed to use 1. I have 5 more on the back, but like, that's still kind of scary that I'm using them. Bobble started to appear, which, I mean, like, it wouldn't be that bad, but then when 4 of them could probably take out Mario in 1 hit, I was pretty scared, I'm not gonna lie. So like, let's just get rid of them. And you know what? We got through them pretty easy, and oh god! Oh no. That's the Amazing Daisy. Why is there 2 of them in the first battle with them? Go away! These guys give like 50 XP. Okay, that's not bad. Actually, that's pretty good. But they do 20 damage and they're gonna run a lot. So my plan was to use Art Attack and kill them and then follow up with a Rally Wink from Goombella. Unfortunately, I forgot that defense was a thing, and so I left it at 1 HP and I didn't get my XP. I want my revenge so bad. Thankfully, in the next battle, There was one and I immediately killed it, and it felt very nice. After that, there's Swampires, there's Poison Puffs, lots of HP, lots of attack, just never really fun. And after all that, it's finally time. I made it to Bonetail. So I guess if we're gonna have anybody come in for our main damage dealer, for someone who, I mean, I said I'd do it for the bit, but I feel like Goombella is just perfect for this fight anyway. I think we're just gonna stick with Goombella for this fight. That's not bad. Could've been better. Well, he does 6 without piercing through defense with Shell Smash. Matcha does 7 with Rampage, but that means we need to lower the defense of Hooktail or increase his attack for that to work. Mouse can pierce through attack and do 4 off the bat without doing anything. Bobbery can do 8. I usually, I'm doing this so bad. Okay, we got 4-4. That's huge. Okay, 10 damage. That's pretty good. And I said I would do Bomb Squad. No, I didn't mean to do that. Mario, I'm sorry. Nice, 16 damage. That's not bad. Okay, that was my best. That was my best Bomba Best I think I've done. We're doing good. I think we're gonna switch and try somebody else because it doesn't really feel like it's working. We're gonna mouse. Mouse it up, baby. Give it to me. Yes, sir. Yes, my queen. My splendorous queen, you might say. Nice. What luck. We're gonna be doing 8 damage now. I mean, 8 damage is like nothing to scoff at, but we could be doing 10. We could be doing 9. And plus she pierces defense, so even if... So that's... We're gonna be doing the max damage we want to anyway. Hit that twice. Would have preferred if it was HP, but we work with it. Also would have preferred if it was star points for the first time. You suck. I think we appeal with mouths. We could probably swap over to somebody else who might be better for dealing defense. Yeah, because Mouse is not taking it. First time I'm actually gonna use... I'm actually gonna use Dodgy Fog. Let's try it. Alright, I figured out how to hit the bingos. You just gotta count in your head, and that's what I've been doing. Does that heal everybody's HP back to full, or does that just heal the people in the party? Heals the one in the... Okay. That's unfortunate. 4 damage. Okay, technically you did 6 damage. That's better than I would have expected. Nice. I wasn't even prepared. I can either do damage with hammer, or I can go and power lift, get the defense, and then basically just lip lock for a bit. I mean, would I rather her waste my life mushroom just in case? No, I'd rather her Jelly Ultra get everything back to full, so that I can power lift for the next turn. This is what I do for the bit. I want Mouse to win. Like, at this point it isn't about winning, it's about Mouse winning. It's not about me winning. Oh yes, I super guarded that. That's my first super guard on Bonetail. Alright, now it's all about, do I risk Mouse, or do I go for another power lift? Because I won't be able to Sweet Feast. But Mario hasn't taken much damage because of the Luckies. So maybe I can just Sweet Treat instead. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, Mouse. Okay. Huge. 8 damage? No, that's 7 damage. That's fine. She's kind of getting a little scared, maybe? Let's cook. We gotta cook hard. We're getting close. He's getting a little scared. Oh, Mario took damage for the first time. Wait. Hear me out. Mouse? Hold up. Mouse. Mouse, you're in peril! Get her! Get her! Get her! Get her! Get her! I think that's it. I think I have the badge that when they're at 1 HP. Oh my god! Mouse did it. If any of you ever tell me that Mouse is the worst party member in the 1,000-Year Door, we are not friends anymore. Just like that, I figured out Mouse was actually not that bad, and also realized how useless return postage is.